further work that can be done on the subject. I guess you can pause. I don't want to talk over it. Just pause and read over it. My handwriting is kind of bad, so I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Here we go. Coming features. Force necessary to generate inflection point at collisional asymptote. Force equals mass times acceleration. Installation of countermeasures at projected location of pre-collisional ideal along likely incoming vectors of projected projectile given weight, movement, translational, rotational, gravitational, etc., material and deformation resulting from projectile as seen at divisions of maximum available frame rate based upon stitching of multiple staggered cameras and video recording sources. Recreational route, rotational route using protractor, compass, radians, degrees, etc. See ellipsoid foci for when fail, which means it'll be a lot of hard work, and we don't know if it's even true, but they probably have log tables for it on a TI calculator that can get you what you need pretty easily. Here it was done a little bigger with more text at the bottom, the same cubes with the same growth point, and another bar for more space for growth points, because we are working with ancient technology here. The computers in this room are archaic, but yeah, we get into nths here, which is the maximum total divisions of the universe in a single space, kind of like Planck's constant, but unconstant because it's assumed variable, and by assigning it a variable n for its number, we can determine Armageddon just means there's a bunch of shit flying around and you're trying to throw straight. That's all it is. Here's that. If it's going straight down, that's some of the preceding work. We were like coming up features like renovating our model further and further each time. Here's the original one that was done by a guy who was really being talked down to. They gave him fucking crayons to do his college thesis work. And even after he got what he needed to make that thing, it was like a tub of markers that he used the edge on for a straight edge. So he was like eyeballing all these angles. So it's like just take a minute to appreciate the artistic repetition that went into learning the skills to do this kind of thing. He says from his sixth grade geometry class at Covington, he learned to do these crosses with the lines in them evenly spaced, kind of like just a metered repetitive task. You just flinch like that over and over again, and then once you've got the x, y, and the z, which is bisection of like same distance here as here, and then you draw a line through them that way and a line through them that way, and it gives you a sense of perspective. Very good work, but it was also handled way too quickly to be believably done again. This was just a few days, not even 24 hours of total work was done on this, and it looks unimaginatively brilliant. Here's an idea of what was going on. We've got these objects that are falling and spitting off a piece, and we're trying to find the fall speed of this object, its rotation, and its it's like resulting move from the separation of the two objects. Here's a fun one. They gave us a car with some kind of weird thing on top of it, and we turned it into a Command and Conquer 3 truck. That'll be a nice upgrade for our fellows over in Lebanon. Here's some fun ones we did as a group. Everyone would take a turn adding something funny to the face. I'm so happy I got to keep these because it was a good memory. Little sparks and pinwheels coming off that person's radio antenna. Don't know what to make of that. Here's the twins. The twin Cylons of our society. Miss Houston and Mr. Travis. very good work of a kitty cat, also done symmetrically, but this one didn't have the same problems with the lines keeping it from working. Abdullah is the name of the author, by the way, so he would die for his cat. The original copy of that document where everything starts with a fasat or a pasat or a psi or a phi or ends with an ist or has an ayah in it or an ayar or an aisle or something that sounds close to those words, which means it's like phonetically trolling us all again. Here's Austin State Hospital, another Arba Talif for that. Hamburger is king, pizza is domino, church is chicken. Eat shit and die, be eaten, be shat. Don't worry, it will be brown in the end. That's a good one. We'll keep that one around for later. Here's one that was like got people to tell me it was crazy, but he knew what they were putting in those burgers. It was radio cable. Your hamburger knows where you live. Please tell the hamburger your phone number so that the hamburger can never lose you. Is your mobile tracking hamburger device tingling? Salisbury the steak. Take care. I am on board with less than 20% of my conscious thoughts. Here's the mechanisms by which they're transmitted: microphone, camera, speaker, glasses, Dreamweaver computer. Never ask a propagandist for a personal story. Never ask a butcher for a refund. You shouldn't get high from your own drug dealer's supply. Most cars will eat you or trade you as soon as carry you. Good luck proving it. Here's another one of just a few more restaurants that weren't listed on the previous one. We go from 1 to 23, up to 24, down to 49. Realize we don't have enough space and keep writing. That gets us up to 60 restaurants with none on the back. Good for that. We'll get them back one day. Their service is over serving. Me ask you question? Why me die for food? Me have curly hair. Me was hamburger. Thank you, Orc. I'll stop poking you, I promise. Princess Brothers, because she married Mario Brothers. Here's one for the phone lady. I'm sorry, the nigger you harassed is no longer in service. Would you like to suck my dick, eat a piece of shit, or kill yourself? Please tell 911 on the phone that you need a hard dick to continue. Whoa, purple is the color of my chest disease. That's one for the books, man. That got a crack. The hoaxes are in alignment. Gangstas, CGIs, and sedatives. All those hoaxes are going to come get us in any fucking second of our next 3 minutes of life, which is about all we have now that we've mentioned the bad word of September 11th. Here's Dildo the Spatulist. You have a right to refuse food torture. Say no to food torture. And here he is with his like little shield and sword, with his like crazy Navi being a bitch to him, making him do all this horrifically brainless stuff to what could be regrown human body parts. Here's another one. Hot dog buns are caca. Hot dog meat is ground up and burned dead bodies. You have the right to refuse food torture. Say no to food torture. Here's another one. Peanut butter and bread are caca, poo-poo, even candy chocolate bars. You have a right to refuse food torture. Say no to food torture. And it's cacatopia up in here, so we're trying to survive starvation and anti-food algorithms that are telling us that we can and should get the drugs without the meat. Caca world, where caca comes true, home of the bloody shits, and there's even a loo or commode or john or toilet or restroom that says eat shit. There have been drugs in the food for billions of years. You have the right to refuse food torture. Say no to food torture. Here we have what? the sham trial they conducted outside of my presence for their imprisonment, which got them lots and lots of money, so they're happy. Here's the competency guide that everyone knows from their mandated civics class memories that was redundant and unneeded and got us stupider than when we were there when we started. Well, that's it, everybody. That's all I had today. I'm a little penned in here, so maybe I will take a break, upload this to the computer, which is waiting eagerly for my input, and on the wireless network that is steadfastly ignoring all work now that I'm gone. Onto this thing, the Sony Z series. Yes, get a little paper towel, wet it down with some water, like dump this out and replace it with water, and then wet the paper and lay it over the top, and it'll make that heat go down right switch fast. Oh, that's all I've got for today. I don't want to live cast the rest of my life, so just take care, and remember Abdullah for the good person he was and not the bad person they made him out to be.